Hello everyone, this is the Omeglage, back again with some news about the third-party toy company, Robot Toys. Why did they go with such a generic name? Anyway, it looks like they are starting to make the Transmetals from Beast Wars. Actually, they've already made Depth Charge and Rampage. It looks like they are on their way to make Transmetal Optimus Primal and hopefully Transmetal Cheetor as well. And if this Transmetal Optimus gets made, it's going to look real bad for Hasbro. For years they made excuses to why they can't make Transmetal Beast Wars characters. And yet, we now have two third-party toy companies that have made some. The first being Transart and now Robot Toys. It's just not a good look for Hasbro when a smaller third-party company makes toys that for some dumb reason the big name toy company can't make. Yet Hasbro will make a toy based on the giant robotic octopus that appeared in the 80s Transformer movie, even though it was only in the movie for a few minutes. Like, who is asking for that? Besides the fans who foam at the mouth every time Hasbro announces dumb stuff like this, because they have no reflex to say no to themselves. And they have to have it because they are addicted to their franchises like a junkie. And I'm sure some of you are thinking that I'm being a hypocrite because I'm a Beast Wars fan. And no, just because this is probably going to be another Beast Bot doesn't mean I want it in my collection. Now, in case you're wondering where I heard about this, I heard it from the YouTuber Chris Jam. He talked about it in one of his videos. I'll try to leave a link to it. Now, in that video, he pulls up an article talking about it, and there is a mention of a toy designer, Evan Brooks, who works for Hasbro, and whose toy designs don't impress me at all. He's come up with some good transformations for the Transformer toys. I'll give him that. However, that isn't saying much considering he's just recreating the past. Now, I'm not entirely sure if he was the one who thought the Transformer team should make the robotic octopus into a toy. But if he was the one, then he needs to be handed an empty box and be told to clear out his desk and leave the company. That includes all the other designers on the team. I'm sorry, I know that sounds harsh, but at this point, they are not even scraping the bottom of the barrel. They are just desperately trying to stay within their G1 box. And that is fine. They are in that position so they can more or less do what they want. However, it's coming at the cost of alienating the other TF fans. Like, we Beast Wars fans are still here. You could squeeze us for extra money by releasing some more Beast Wars characters as well as those Transmetal ones. Just saying, but you're not going to, are you? And it's not because they're afraid of low sales. They're just plain biased, and I don't like how fans defend them, as if they are some kind of master toy engineer. They're just ordinary people who are fortunate enough to be working at companies like Hasbro, and frankly, they are doing a terrible job. And I think they've been there too long, and I think it's time for some fresh blood. I know that sounds blasphemous to the Hasbro loyalists. That's just how I feel, and these designers, they just want to stay in the past, and I would be okay with that if they included the rest of the Transformers series. Like, once they were done with G1, they should have gone on to G2, then the Beast Wars all 3 seasons, then the 2001 Robots in the Skies, then series, and then the Unicorn trilogy as well, and the rest in that order. Instead, Hasbro has got a bunch of G1 occultists working on the Transformers line. This is why I don't think fans should be working on toy lines like the Transformers. At the very least, the company should talk to the fans. However, I don't think they should be working on these things, because they are not creatives and they can't plan for the future. Oh sure, they are trying a little bit with Cyberworld. However, Hasbro isn't one to show respect to toy lines that keep certain franchises alive. Anyway, there's more I could say, but I'd be rambling like a madman. Like before, if you like my content, subscribe and share the video. You can also check out my books. I'll leave a link below. And if I don't play my other videos, have links. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll be back.